Why have I been getting calls?
Because this is like...
Why am I getting calls and I haven't even said anything?
Because this is the monster of all monsters.
Who? Me?
This Diddy case.
Why would I, Jason Lee, I'm getting calls. And I haven't even said anything. They ain't called me to go to the Rock Nation brunch. They haven't called me to go to the Gold Party.
To accept being honored.
They haven't called me when we offered to honor Jay-Z at the award show. They didn't call me to go to the press conference about striking the deal with the NFL while we were kneeling for Kaepernick. They didn't call me to ask me what I thought about her hair care product. They didn't call me to offer a free bottle of her perfume. I didn't get to go backstage on her tour for the Renaissance. In fact, when the video circulated, making it look like I've been chasing her around like a super fan, which I am a super fan, but I chase nobody. Nobody's called me to clear that up. I haven't gotten a delivery of white flowers with a little card from Beyoncé. Why is everybody calling me now?
Oh, and you also stopped.
Don't we not going to even go there? I stopped a major thing for Beyoncé. Didn't even get a thank you.
But now everybody's calling.
Why is everybody calling me now? Because I'm a firefighter. Because I run towards fires and I put them out or I fan the flames. But why is everybody calling me now? And that's the problem that I have with this whole situation. But I am going to save this conversation for Jay-Z. Jay-Z, you're watching. I know you're watching because you got people calling me. Stop having people call me. You can call me yourself. You know how to get my number. You know, you got people calling me.
Jason Lee just dropped a bomb so wild the whole BeyHive is shaking for real. And this time, it's about Beyoncé's twins. Jason's out here claiming he's seen real footage that supposedly shows Sir and Rumi might be on the autism spectrum. And word is, Solange is losing it behind closed doors. Beyoncé's always been super private about her twins. That ain't news. No random paparazzi shots, no interviews, barely even a peek, unless it's one of those polished, hand-picked pics. Fans just thought she was protecting her babies, like any mama would. But now Jason's saying, nope. It was never just about privacy. He's claiming she's been hiding a diagnosis. And let's just say, Solange, she is not staying quiet about it. So what's in this so-called footage that's got the entire Knowles fam in full panic mode? And is Jason actually telling the truth? Or just stirring the pot for attention again? Let's break it down, because things just got messy. And this time, it's personal. Whatever tension's been simmering between Jason Lee and Beyoncé just hit a whole new level. He ain't throwing shade anymore. He's coming for blood. And where did he aim? Right at the one place Beyoncé keeps totally off limits? Her kids. Everybody knows Beyoncé don't play when it comes to Sir and Rumi. She's kept them out of the spotlight like pros. No red carpet, no random press, barely a glimpse unless she controls the narrative. For years, folks have quietly whispered about their health, but no one had the nerve to say it loud. Jason just did, and louder than ever. He didn't hint, he didn't imply, he flat out said it. The rumors are real. He says he's seen proof, real footage, real receipts, not just gossip, not just sources. He even dared Beyoncé to come for him.
Tell them while Johnny puts a beep over this part of the show so you'll never know what it is, but I want you to see their reactions, and I'm going to do it right now.
And here's where it gets real shady. Jason's claiming Beyoncé's team already tried to silence him. Allegedly, they've been offering him hush money to make it all go away. In a recent episode of his podcast, and we've got the clip coming, Jason Lee dropped another bomb. He claimed that Beyoncé's camp reached out behind the scenes, basically begging him not to air out their business. But listen, the way Jason's talking now, it's starting to look like Jay-Z and Beyoncé might know the truth's already leaking. Suddenly, they're switching up. All smiles, fake love, acting like they've always been cool with him. But Jason's not falling for that act. Not one bit. If anything, their behavior is only making him go harder. He's not backing down. He's not letting this slide. And here's the kicker. Jason isn't just running his mouth. Nah, he came loaded with hints, receipts, and even pulled moments from Beyoncé herself. That's right, he's flipping her own words against her. Y'all remember when Beyoncé opened up about the birth of her twins? At the time, it kind of flew under the radar. But now, looking back, it sounds way more like a hidden clue than just a regular story. She talked about having an emergency C-section, being stuck on bed rest for over a month, and one of the babies being born underweight. Now sure, that can happen with twins. But in her Vogue interview, she dropped a shocker. One of the twins' hearts actually stopped during delivery. She also revealed she had toxemia, known today as preeclampsia, and said her body was shutting down. The birth was so intense, she ended up spending weeks in the NICU with them.
Maybe she doesn't know.
Beyonce doesn't know.
Yeah, I don't think Beyonce. They're not going to share that with her.
Yvette knows. I got the receipts. I still have the receipts. Yvette know I got the receipts. I got them. Now if I get that message to Beyonce,
yes,
I can get it to I'm connected. I could get the message to Beyonce.
She needs to know.
And I think people like her publicist, who I love, and I'm just being critical. That's just what I do. You know that, Yvette. We're trying to book Kelly Rowland right now. Now, if I don't get Kelly Rowland because I say this about, then it's gonna be a problem. Then I'm putting out receipts. The receipts I just told you about, then I'll put those out.
The fires that will come over there.
I ain't worried. I ain't going nowhere. I'm telling you right now, I'm not playing this industry game.
Ever since that reveal, some fans been raising eyebrows, like, was there more going on than she let on? Especially with her son, Sir. Some folks in the medical field have brought up how preeclampsia can sometimes be linked to developmental concerns later on. Some studies even suggest it could raise the chances of autism in children. And here's where it gets even more interesting. In one of her interviews, Beyoncé was talking about her kids, but the way she described them had fans really listening. When she spoke about her daughters, it was all about power, confidence, leadership. She said she wanted them to see themselves as CEOs, to speak their minds, to break the mold. But when it came to Sir, she didn't say nearly as much. But the moment Beyoncé started talking about Sir, the whole energy shifted. Instead of the power and pride she used with her daughters, she got way more protective. She said she hopes he's brave in a cruel world, that she wants to shield him from what the internet tries to label him as, and help him affirm his own existence. That last part had folks pausing, because it sounded real personal. Like she was speaking to something deeper without naming it, and that's where the quiet speculation began. Some fans think she was dropping subtle hints, and according to Jason Lee, it wasn't random. It was her carefully signaling that Sir has a more serious diagnosis. Jason's out here saying Beyoncé's been protecting her son from public scrutiny because, according to him, Sir's condition is much more severe compared to Rumi's. He claims Rumi is considered high-functioning, and that's why she's occasionally allowed to be seen, like during that Cowboy Carter tour moment, but always under tight control. On the flip side, Jason says, Sir can't be exposed like that. Not unless they have full control over the space and who's around. And that, he claims, is why Sir's been almost entirely kept out of public view. But here's the twist. This ain't the first time Jason's poked at this. He's been throwing hints for a while now. Some of y'all might remember when he went on his show and teased having real dirt on Beyoncé. He didn't name names at first, but there's one clip, and we've got it, where he leans over, whispers something wild to his co-host, and their faces told the whole story without a single word being said. And it didn't stop there. In that same episode, Jason claimed he had receipts, not rumors, not gossip, but real proof. And then came the curveball. He said he wouldn't release it if Beyoncé got Kelly Rowland to appear on his show. Yup, he basically gave her a straight-up ultimatum. Jason made it very clear. Either Beyoncé gets that interview with Kelly Rowland, or he's airing everything out. And the way he said it, it didn't sound like no empty threat. He sounded dead serious. Just listen to the clip. The energy was wild. Whew, the kind of heat that could come from this. Now let's be real. Jason demanding anything from Queen Bey? that was never gonna work. Kelly never did the show, and now we know why Jason's spilling every last drop of tea about the twins. And it gets even wilder. He's now claiming that Beyoncé and Jay-Z allegedly placed Sir in a care facility. And this right here had people doing double takes. That's a bold claim, Jason. Talking about someone's kid is already dicey, but saying they put their son away, that's a whole new level. He says they couldn't manage Sir's condition on their own, so they made the call to place him in a full-time care center. Not just any center either. He described it as some super private, top-tier luxury place. But still, it's not at home. That's what's got folks whispering. Some people are calling it abandonment. Others say, if Sir really has special care needs, maybe it was the only option. But either way, it doesn't match the picture the Carters have spent years showing us. That perfect, polished, tight-knit family image. The idea that their son might be raised outside of that picture-perfect home, even in luxury, it's catching people off guard. And guess what? Jason ain't the only one who's hinted at this. Miss Azalea Banks, messy as ever, jumped in too. She stirred the pot with a tweet that said, "Stop hiding your son from the world. People will find out sooner or later, and you're really gonna look like a piece of crap for being ashamed of your own child." Now listen, Azalea saying that? Wild. She's known for being reckless, and this just added gasoline to the whole fire. But it still ain't over. Jason's claiming he's got more receipts, more proof, and he's threatening to drop it all if Beyoncé's team keeps trying to shut him down. But here's where it gets even crazier. It's looking like someone in that family might have finally had enough. And that someone just might be Auntie Solange. Remember that time Solange posted that wild pic of a voodoo altar on Instagram? Everybody swore she was throwing shots at Nicki Minaj back then, like Nicki was the villain for taking slick jabs at Beyoncé. But now, Jason's flipping the whole story. He's claiming that post wasn't aimed at Nicki at all. It was for him. Yup. Jason says Solange was sending him a spiritual warning, straight up telling him to fall back and stop dragging her family's name through the mud. And honestly, with how protective Solange is known to be, fans aren't brushing it off at all. So now we're here. Jason's leaking claims that both Sir and Rumi are on the spectrum and accusing the Carters of covering it up for years. Meanwhile, Solange is out here posting altar pics and throwing serious silent threats. It's getting real and fast. At this point, it's not just about gossip. It's about secrets. And who's willing to risk it all to keep them buried? If Jason really does have more footage he's holding back, then what else is hiding in that vault of his? We'll be watching closely to see what comes next. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss a single twist in this wild story. Drop your thoughts below. Whose side are you on? And don't forget to hit that bell, because the next one, oh, it's gonna be even messier. See you in the next one.